Galimoto by Karen Lynn Williams, illustrated by Catherine Stock. Condi opened an old shoebox and looked inside. These were his things. They belonged to him. Inside the box was a ball made of many old plastic bags, tightly wrapped with string. There was a knife Condi had made from a piece of tin can, and a dancing man he had made from dried corn stalks. In Condi's box there were also some scraps of wire. He had been saving the wires for something special. Now he took them and the knife from his box. "I shall make a Galimoto," Condi told his brother Ufulu. Ufulu laughed. "A boy with only 7 years cannot make such a toy. You don't have enough wires." "I'll get enough wires," Condi answered. Condi took his knife and wire scraps and went to the home of his friend Gift. "I want your wires," Condi told Gift. "I'll give you my knife for them." "Why do you want the wires?" Gift asked. "I want to make a Galimoto," Condi answered. Gift ran his fingers over the tin knife. "It is a good knife. I'll cut a dancing man with it." Gift took a handful of wires from his box of things and gave them to Condi. "That's not enough wires for a Galimoto," he told his friend. "I'll find enough wires," Condi said. Condi put his wires into an old white plastic bag and took them to the shop of his uncle. "Good day, second son of my brother," his uncle greeted him. "How can I help you?" "I want some wires," Condi told his uncle. "How will you pay for it?" "I have no money," Condi answered, "but you have wires on your old packing boxes from the city. They would make a fine Galimoto." "So you want to make a Galimoto?" "The son of my brother is a clever boy. Take the wires." Ch-ch-ch-ch-ch-ch. Condi could hear the grinder at the flour mill. Many women with babies tied on their backs waited in the hot sun. Others arrived carrying heavy baskets of maize on their heads. Condi squeezed through the crowd. He was very near the front door when someone grabbed him. The woman began yelling angrily, "Stop that one! He goes out of turn!" Condi was being pushed and shoved. Suddenly the mill stopped its grinding. "What is it?" the miller shouted. The women pointed to Condi. "Oh no," Condi said. "I have no maize to grind. I only want wires for a Galimoto." He opened his bag for them to see. "Playthings. For this you keep us waiting," the women grumbled angrily. "One cannot eat wires." An old toothless woman shook her hand at Condi. The miller shrugged. "There are some wires out back. Take those and go." In the back of the mill there was an open door. Inside the door was a pile of old motor parts. There Condi found some very thin wires wrapped in red and yellow and green plastic. "I can scrap the coating off," Condi thought. "These wires will hold my Galimoto together." Still, he did not have enough for a Galimoto. Condi passed some children playing on an anthill. One was Munde, the small sister of his friend Gift. She had a fine long piece of stick which she stuck into the hard dirt. "Little friend," Condi called as he came nearer, "you cannot catch an ant that way. Go fetch some water, for with that and a stick we will feed them." When Munde came back, Condi poured the water around one of the holes. "Now they will think the rains have begun," he explained. Then he stuck a stick down the hole. Gently he pulled it out, and on the end was a large ant. "My stick is better than a wire for catching ants. You may have a stick, and I'll have the wire." Condi knew there was a trash heap behind the bicycle repair shop, but the gate was locked. Condi climbed over the fence. In the courtyard he found some broken, bent spokes from a bicycle. He climbed back over the fence with his bag. "Thief! Help! Police! Thief!" Condi heard a voice call. Children came running from the marketplace. Men came running from the shops. They made a circle around Condi. "Thief! Thief!" they chanted, pointing at Condi. A policeman arrived. He grabbed Condi by the shoulder. "What are you doing?" he asked. Condi showed the policeman his wires. "I want a Galimoto," he explained. "I need these wires." "Galimoto?" the crowd murmured. "Galimoto?" They shook their heads and went back to their businesses. "Take your wires and go," the policeman told Condi. Condi took his wires back to the shades of the red flame tree in his village. Nearby, his mother and sisters pounded their maize. They sang of the hard work they were doing. Condi sorted his wires. There were thick pieces and thin pieces. Some wires were long and some were short. Condi banged the bent and twisted ones with a stone to straighten them. Then he began. The thick wires made the frame. He wrapped the very thin wires at the joints to hold the Galimoto together. "My Galimoto will be a pickup," Condi planned. "It will carry maize to the city. It will have an antenna for the radio," he smiled. Condi worked all afternoon. He pounded the strongest wires around a pipe to make the round wheels. A sturdy piece of bamboo made the rod for the steering wheel. Finally, the warm, toasty smell of maize porridge cooking over the village fires told Condi it was time to go home. His brothers and sisters admired his work. "So you found enough wires?" Ofulu said. "Yes," Condi agreed. He parked his Galimoto next to his box of things and ate his supper. "Let the moon be bright for us to play and sing tonight." Condi could hear his friends singing in the distance. They were calling him to play. Now he carefully guided his Galimoto over the dusty dirt. "Galimoto!" someone cheered, and one by one Condi's friends formed a line behind him. "Eh, Galimoto!" they began to chant. Condi saw the shadow of his Galimoto cast by the moonlight, racing alongside. "It's a fine Galimoto," he thought proudly. "Perhaps tomorrow I shall make my Galimoto into an ambulance or an airplane or a helicopter."